you all feel at the moment about the relationship with the United States Senate and what the advocacy community that we represent might be doing to help address some of what appear to be certain issues there?
We also, I feel a frustration because my constituents don't necessarily distinguish between the House and the Senate. And so when they see something not getting done, they're not really tolerant of my argument, which is, well, it passed the House. That doesn't really wash. They hold us all accountable for the failure of these issues moving forward. Listen, I personally think that the 60-vote requirement in the Senate is a bastardization of the United States Constitution.
They say that the Senate has the luxury of time, the 6-year cycle for elections. But this has been, these last 18 months, I think, in memory, have been not only the most frustrating, but the inertia created in the Senate is what is jeopardizing Democrats and progressives' opportunities in the midterms. It is not our lack of action, it has been their lack of action.
Congressman Perriello, did you have anything to say about the United States Senate?
Senate sucks.
Senate sucks.
And I mean, it literally, it sucks the energy, I think, out of the progressive movement. I think it sucks the urgency out of what we do. I mean, I think that, you know, I go home to a district every weekend where some of our towns have over 20% unemployment. We have a lot of towns in counties and teens in terms of unemployment. We have people who are hurting. And when you think about the lack of urgency in the Senate on these job bills, it's soul-crushing. And you think about back to the original stimulus a year and a half ago, with an opportunity to really rebuild America's competitive advantage, shift power back to working in middle-class America. And, you know, we did do enough to prevent a depression, and we've helped a lot of families get through the tough times. But we could have done something bolder and more exciting for working middle-class Americans, except for the Senate, and we see that over and over again. One of the things I didn't realize as much until I got to the House was how many times some of the more risk-averse members of the House will say, well, I would vote for that, but it's not going to pass the Senate anyway, so why bother? And, you know, last year that seemed like a really lame answer to me, but I can't help but say there was some wisdom to it for people who made those sorts of decisions. So I think it has a toxic effect even beyond choking things up in the Senate, because it's sort of a rationalization that allows other people to not step up on some of the things that they know are the right thing to do. So I certainly support what Congressman Murphy said and your buttons and everything else in terms of trying to move reform in that direction. And again, I think more movement pressure and the media pressure to really shine a light and do some embarrassment of how out of touch the Senate is with the economic urgency of this moment is a worthwhile cause.